I think I might be a minute or two late. Sorry about that. Still trying to juggle a day job with this, so it gets a little interesting, a little hairy sometimes. But here and so happy to be with you guys. So I'm actually going to try a little something before we get started. I have my iPad off camera over here, and I'm going to see if I can run the Facebook Live over here so I can kind of keep up and see what you guys are commenting, which I do see it over there. Ah, weird. Okay, so I hope we've got some friends here. I posted about 2 hours ago the equipment that you might need if you want to have equipment in the workout, but I'll go over that now and then cover a couple things, sort of like the last time, just so you can kind of gather up any equipment and get your space right. So if you want to use equipment now, like I said before, you don't need any equipment whatsoever. So if you don't have it, don't sweat, don't exit out of the video, stay in. But if you do have some equipment around, you'll need 1 or 2 what you would consider heavy hand weights. So that could be, of course, your standard hand weight. I think we talked laundry detergent was a pretty good heavy hand weight, maybe a toddler. So whatever you have that you consider a heavy weight, 1 or 2. Whatever you would consider a medium to light hand weight, 1 or 2 of those. Also, I think we talked sacks of flour, heavy bottles of ketchup, things like that. 1 resistance band, like this. If you've ever done physical therapy, they might have like cut a big thing off and tied it in a circle for you. That's a resistance band too. And also a yoga mat, flat blanket, flat pillow, kind of like we talked about, just to support yourself if you're going to get on the ground. You'll need, sort of like the last workout, a flat, uncluttered wall. By the way, how awesome is this wall? Oh my gosh, I love it so much. So flat, uncluttered wall. And the last thing you'll need is just some space to move around. Sometimes that's even asking a lot. So if you don't have the space to move around, I'll show you, because I want to sort of stay in camera, how we can just modify and stay in a small space. But if you have space to move around, awesome. So take a minute if you need to. Grab your heavy hand weights, your light hand weights, resistance band, yoga mat, blanket, pillow. Find a flat wall, find some space to move around, all right? So while you're doing that, just a couple things I was gonna talk about. We're going to not have any music, as we talked about before. I hear you can get booted off for using copyrighted music. I know some people kind of post, I don't own this music, but I don't think that gets it either. Just to be safe, because I don't know, we're not gonna use it. So put on your own music, have a good time. I'd love to hear what you're working out to. So leave me a comment if you're working out to something awesome. I want to hear it. I've got my Facebook running over here. It looks to be working, maybe on a little bit of a delay. So I will be checking for comments during our breaks. We are working legs and booty today. So we're burning up that lower body. If you don't know me, I have super arthritic knees from years of being 300 or more pounds and physically active 300 or more pounds. So I have just destroyed my knees. So I will definitely be showing you some modifications. Generally though, your modification if you have arthritic painful knees is just to not go so deep into the movements. So you'll see my squats, my lunges are probably lower than a lot of people are capable of. So don't limit yourself. If you can go lower than me, go lower. If you need to not go as low as me, don't go as low as me. There's no benefit through pushing through arthritis or injuries. Muscle pain? Heck yeah, push. Joint pain? There's nothing to win from that, okay? So again, I might not be going impressively low. My knees have really been bothering me since it started raining again. So just know, feel free to make that range of motion yours. No shame in modifying. Last 2 points, I'm gonna have a timer running. So we'll be able to kind of hear the times. We're doing a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 workout. My friends that have done my boot camps know what that means. So we're gonna do 5 minutes of work, take a break, 4 minutes, take a break, 3, take a break, 2, 1. The break's getting shorter as the work gets shorter. So we're gonna be working single-sided. We'll go through the whole exercise, most of the exercises being single side, then we'll go through a second time and do the other side. Last 2 points, share, share, share. I wanna get out in front of as many people as I can, not for me, but just to kind of encourage this movement that we've been doing. So please share with your friends. And lastly, I think we talked about before, if you're interested, some have asked if they can throw some money my way to say thanks for what I'm doing. If you want to, awesome. My Venmo is at Strong Style Fit, but please, no obligation, just throwing that out there if you are interested. So I'm gonna take a sneaky peek at my comments here, just make sure I don't have anybody going, hey, your butt's hanging out or something out of your new pants. So let me just check real quick and then we'll get started. Nope, I don't see anything crazy. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna grab my timer. So just so you know what's coming, our first sets of exercises are gonna be goblet squat, walking lunge, sumo squat, curtsy lunge, wall sit. Also looks like my iPod's being a little finicky and saying it's about to die already. So if it can make it through the first 5 minutes, in fact, I'm gonna run out, holler at Charlie to see if he can grab my iPad charger so I can plug it in back here, okay? So give me just 1 minute, I will be right back. Love and hate technology, right? All right, so I'm getting this plugged in. We're doing a minute of goblet squats to start. So grab your heavy hand weight. All right, and we're going. So we've got a goblet squat. So we're gonna take that heavy hand weight to our chest. Feet wider than hip width, toes pointed out, shoulders down, holding that weight if we have it, sitting back into that wide squat. Awesome. With no music playing, I can hear my knees cracking and grinding, that's charming. So just make sure you're keeping that weight to the heels. We're driving up through those heels. Now, actually, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Each set of work's gonna be 1 minute and 15 seconds, not a minute. So, reasoning behind that is, usually it takes us a while to grab our equipment, to get in place, to make sure we're set up right, make sure our form's good. By the time we've done all that, we've got about 40 seconds left to work. So, guilty as charged. Added 1 minute, 15 seconds, just to be sure we get the full minute of work. Almost there. We got 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. All right. Interesting. All right, so we're going to walking lunges. So walking lunge, we're gonna step forward, squat down, come up and back. So if you're gonna walk, pick a point in your room. You're just gonna step forward, down, and up. Perfect. So I don't have a lot of room to walk to stay in camera. So I can pace back and forth like this, or if you have literally no room, just step forward and back, forward and back, okay? Good. Admittedly, guys, I'm a little frazzled, so thanks for bearing with me. Just had a busy day, like I'm sure a lot of you have. Things are really different and weird right now. So, between that, technical difficulties, whew, it's been an effort to get here, but I'm glad to be here with you guys. Whew, once I catch my breath, things will feel a lot more normal for me. This is already helping. A lot of times when my brain is overwhelmed, It's nice to get that body involved. All right, we're doing sumo squat. Sumo squat, we are wide, wide, wide legs. Toes pointed out to 10 and 2. Again, heavy weight if you want it. We're squatting down. So, what's important here is to make sure that those knees are staying wide and open. You don't want to try to push your knees forward in a sumo squat. I'm not even going to show you what that looks like because it's painful. So, just let those knees track out, go in towards those toes. Perfect, keeping the weight in those heels. Keep that core tight, shoulders down. A lot of times when we hold weights here, we tend to tense up, leave them down. You can also hold like this, if that's more comfortable. Really your option here. 15 seconds. Now all of these exercises we've been doing, not single-sided because it's not possible. Next we're going to a curtsy lunge, which we are going to do single-sided, okay? So, pick whatever leg you want to have as your plant leg. You're going to step back with your other leg. If you ever played princess, think princess pulling her skirt out. Now the arms are optional. You're welcome to add it. If you need a little extra cardio. Or you can just stay here. Or you can hold some hand weights by your side. Since I'm having some knee troubles, I'm going to be careful about how much weight. I kind of have learned what movements in my legs allow for more weight, which ones are best to stay away from. So you just kind of listen to your body, guys. If you have injuries, if you have chronic things, just listen. It'll tell you what you need, what you don't need. Don't feel like you have to compete. You're just being the best that you can. The more you work with your body, the more you listen to your body, the more it's going to get back to you. Good. So you might get a little burn in this plant leg, maybe in that booty cheek. All right, next we're going to a wall sit. Everybody's probably done this at some point, right? So we're going to go to that wall. Whew. We're going to find our lowest point, and we sit. Now, this didn't take too long to get set up, at least for me. So, look at an over a minute wall sit here. That's all right though. Actually feels good. I'm going to use this time, maybe you should too. Just to breathe. Bring myself back. Take myself out of this hectic day. Remember what I'm here for. For you guys, for me. Keep myself healthy. Good. Almost there, guys. Hold tight. I can't see the timer from this position, so I'm hoping that we're almost there, guys. Whew. Also help when I have music at this point. Oh well, it's all right. We're getting there. Usually put a little dance in. Woo-wee. Burn, baby, burn. There we go. Yes, all right. That's the end of the 5 minutes of work. We got 1 minute break. Woo. Ooh, I'm just getting my timer set up to where I can actually see it. There we go. Beautiful. Grab some water if you need it. Shake those legs out. So the next set of work we're going to do, if you have a resistance band, we're going to have that resistance band on the whole next 4 minutes of work, okay? Everything we do here, except for the monster walks, out of breath, y'all. Everything here except for the monster walks we're going to start with, it's going to be single-sided. So grab your band if you got it. We got 10 seconds left. All right, so we're going to put that resistance band on. This is where that extra 15 seconds comes in handy. My resistance bands are brand new. They're like pantyhose. All right, so Monster walk, we're gonna hold whatever our low squat is, and we're just stepping out to the side. If I go out of frame, here we go, coming back. Perfect. So you just wanna hold low, so we're not coming up and down. We're staying low, back and forth. Good. Woo-wee, this band is interesting. There we go, a little better. Good, so remember, your low might be lower than mine. Don't limit yourself to what I can do. See what you can do. Ooh, this will get that booty cheek firing up, huh? Ooh. Ooh, here we go. All right, we got mule kicks. So we're gonna go down to our hands and knees. All right, mule kick, we flex that foot 90 degrees. We got a nice flat back tabletop, and we're coming straight up. So you notice I'm not kicking my leg out, I'm kicking that foot straight up, like I'm trying to stamp my foot through the wall. So I'm doing right leg, I'll do my best to remember to switch to left leg next round. You do the same, whatever leg you're working on. You might be feeling some burn in that left booty cheek, or whatever your planted booty cheek is. Totally normal, nothing wrong. Whew. Something to be said for brand new bands, y'all. Normally I wear a black and a red. These brand new out of the package bands though are not playing. All right, so we're going to fire hydrant. So fire hydrant, again, we stay in that tabletop. We're going to open out to the side. So just think of like a doggy, what they do on a fire hydrant. That's why these are named that way. So we're just opening out to the side. We're not lifting towards the front, towards the back. Just a real, seemingly simple movement until you start getting that burn in that butt cheek. Good, we got clamshells next. Woo, I hope y'all are feeling this too. I'm definitely feeling that extra 15 seconds, that's for sure. Woo, y'all, for real. Okay, we got our clamshells. So we're gonna come down our side, we're gonna stack our feet. So you want your heels in line with your booty. We can be here. If this causes you any pain, you can also lay flat. Just be sure that if you're here, you don't start collapsing into the shoulder like this, okay? Good. So we're keeping our feet together, just opening up our knees. Good. I say just like, oh, just opening up our knees, no big deal. Doesn't burn at all. Whew. Guys, a tip, if you haven't used bands before and you maybe just picked some up for these workouts, or you have bought them but they've been sitting around collecting dust, if you can get your band nice and flat, like mine is not right now, it will dig a lot less. When they get rolled up like this, they do tend to dig into your leg a bit. So, preferably, you'll have your band nice and flat and then it really doesn't dig. So if you're really uncomfortable right now, it does get better, promise. All right, so we got our break. We got 45 seconds. Kick that band off, so this is what I mean by having the band flat. If you can get the band like this, won't dig as much. All right, so the next thing we're doing is a minute of deadlifts, a minute of calf raises, and a minute of bridge lifts. So for deadlift, you would want probably your heavy hand weights or your light hand weights, just depending on how much deadlifting you've done. Let's get about 10 seconds. I'm gonna grab a drink of water. All right, so I'm gonna use this, not my preferred method to do one hand weight, but I do have two handles, so it's all right. So we're gonna stand with our feet about hip width apart. Gonna put a little bit of bend in those knees, shoulders back and down, tuck that tummy in. We're going forward, setting that booty back, and we squeeze to stand up. So we set our booty back just a little bit, nice flat back comes down, ironing those pants, squeeze up. Perfect. So you want to make sure the weight is staying really, really close to your legs. If you dangle your weight out, then you're putting a lot of weight into your lower back that you don't need. So keep it close. Really squeeze that booty. Right when your hamstrings and your booty come together. If you're not familiar with hamstrings, that's that big muscle at the back of your leg. Right where you feel that and your booty connect. That's where you want to squeeze to stand up. Perfect. All right, we got calf raises. So, calf raise is exactly what it sounds like. We're going to stand. You can have a little bit of wall support if you need it. We're going to lift our heels as high as we can and drop them. So high as we can, drop them down. If you have a step, this is the perfect time to put your feet, balls of the feet on the edge of the step. Stand tall and then let your heels drop off the back of the step. If you have that close by, definitely do that. It's really nice because you get that muscle stretch by dropping your heels and then that contraction. If you don't get much from a double calf raise, you can do some on one single leg and switch to the other. The main point is to get as high as you can on those toes. Be careful for cramps. If you have tight calves, that could always be a factor. So just be mindful of what you're feeling back there. We're under 10 seconds. Perfect. We got bridge lifts. So we're coming down to the floor, going flat on our back. We're going to bring our heels hip width, heels close into our booty, shoulders flat on the floor. We're lifting up. So make sure that weight stays in your heels. You don't want to drive up through your toes. Through those heels. So you lift. You should feel the outside of that booty squeeze in as you lift. Keep that core tight. Neck long. Make sure you breathe in. You've now reached the very suggestive part of our workout. If someone were to walk by, they'd be like, what in the heck are you watching? We always laugh, especially as females, when we do exercises like this or hip thrusters at the gym. We're always like looking around, like who's looking? Make sure nobody's looking a little too hard. All right, that's your break. So your breaks are going to get a lot shorter. We've got about 25 seconds. So, heads up, we're still staying in legs and booty, but we're getting into cardio. So we're going to do half burpee. So what a half burpee looks like is basically you're going to go down, jump back into your plank, jump up, and that's it. So you don't get that extension, stand up. So I'll show you what I mean. So we're going to jump back, jump up, and then go back. So When you jump up, you want to have a nice wide base when you land. That's going to make it easier, give you a lot more stability to come up. Now, the advanced version is to have your hands come up as you're landing. Again, though, you've got to get a wide, wide base for that to work. Now, with my knee troubles, this can start to get a little painful. So, you also have the option to step up, come up, and down. The main thing is to try to land light on your feet, and that will help with some of that impact in your joints. I think the way I'm feeling today, no matter what I do, it's going to hurt a little. Normally, I can get my hands up for my feet. That's causing a little bit too much impact. But if you can do it, knock it out. All right, so we have got squat jumps. So I won't be jumping, but I'll show you a quick example. We come down, jump up. So you land, squatting as you land, okay? If you can't jump, then you can do heel raises. Or you can even add a little knee. It's a pretty good cardio burst. The more you can get your arms involved, the more cardio you're going to get. We got this, guys. We're close. Make sure you're breathing. Almost there. We got all 10 seconds. Woo! Back down to the floor. 30 seconds. We have Superman lifts. Then we have a nice little break. Probably not long enough. And then we're going to start it over. All right, so we're going to come down to our bellies. Our hands out in front, feet back behind. That's our setup. Catch your breath. If your heart rate's really, really high, don't come down to the floor just yet, okay? If your heart rate's really high, stay up. Go to the wall, pretend I'm standing against a wall right now. We're just lifting down. So I'll break this down. Lower body, we're squeezing our booty cheeks to lift our legs. Upper body, we're squeezing between our shoulder blades to lift our upper body. So we're not craning through our neck. Put them together. We've got a Superman lift. You want to keep that head in line with your body. You don't want to leave your head dangling. Good work, guys. Keep breathing. Keep squeezing. All right. Round one down. We've got about a minute and 15 seconds. And we'll get started again. Oh boy. How are you doing, guys? Definitely feel free to leave me a comment. Let me know how you're doing, how you're feeling, how booty's doing. We're gonna keep catching our breath a little bit longer. Grab some water. I hope if you were like me, coming into this a little frazzled, calming down. Sometimes it's nice to let your body take over, let your brain check out, and just kind of let it all go, you know? I think the only reason why I even remember why I was frazzled was because it was in relation to getting all of this set up. So otherwise it would likely be gone for me. So let's just recap and then we'll get started. So we're gonna go back through that whole set of work, 5 minutes, 4, 3, 2, 1. The things that were single-sided, just remember what other side you're gonna be working. Need that heavy hand weight, maybe a light pair of hand weights, a band. Maybe put those, if you had them somewhere that was awkward, put them somewhere where it feels good and comfortable, not your way. All right, I feel like I'm recovering a little bit. Hope you guys are too. So I am going to start that timer up. So go ahead and get your goblet squat set up. So before I start the timer, just so you can go ahead and get set up, we've got hips straight ahead, feet a little wider than our hips. Toes at about a 10 and 2. We're gonna have our heavy hand weight here, and we're gonna squat straight down. So go ahead and get set up. I'm gonna walk over, restart the timer. All right, it's running. So go ahead and get started. I'm joining you now. All right, let's go, guys. Remember, anytime we squat, no matter what squat we're doing, we are going to set that booty back behind us, okay? So you always lead with the booty. That keeps your knees tracking in the right spot. You don't want your knees jutting out over your toes. So setting that booty back first. That's what makes that happen. Good job, guys. I'm probably going to be lightening my depth a little bit more. I'm having a lot of trouble with my knees right now. So, if that's happening to you too by any chance, you just go a little bit less deep into that squat. Go to that point where it's not painful, and that's where you stop. Again, there's no benefit in pushing through painful joints, okay? All right, so set that weight down. Go into those walking lunges. If you have hand weights, you can hold them by your side or hands on hips. We step out and lunge. So for me, I feel a little more comfortable in a back lunge. So I'm gonna stay there just so I can stay on camera. But please, 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 if you have the space, roam around, walk around, explore your space. I'm just gonna stay here so you guys can see me. That's another tip too, if you have problems with your knees. Sometimes a forward lunge will be more comfortable than a back lunge, depending on where your arthritis is, or a back lunge will be more comfortable than a front. For me, a back lunge is far more comfortable than a front. So I tend to stick to that, unless I'm just having a really, really great pain-free day. But even then, on pain-free days, you have to be careful. I think that's what's kind of wrong with my knees right now, is I had a lot of pain-free days. I got really fired up about it. Pushed a little too far. So, enough about me. When you have no music, you get even more chatty, which hard for me to get a lot more chatty than I am. All right, we got sumo squats. So we're gonna grab that heavy weight here or here. We're gonna go wide, 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 toes pointed out. Come straight down. Keeping that weight in those heels. Good. Keeping those shoulders relaxed. I know I talk a lot about injuries and how to work around injuries. I'm not going to say that's my specialty per se, but I do work with a lot of injured people, chronic illness people, things like that. And it's just so important to me for people to understand that you can still move, you can still get a great workout, no matter what's happening with your body. You just have to work for what's good for you, not what's good for everybody else. And I feel like a lot of people in the fitness community, not my own community, but a lot in the public community, really make us injured people not feel so good sometimes. So it's really my goal to help us feel good about what we're doing. All right, we got curtsy lunge. So remember whatever your plant leg was before, swap it out. This is where we're gonna do that little princess move. So we're gonna step back behind and come up. And I definitely don't mean that to be insulting to the fitness industry by any means, but I just discovered as I started to have pain, injuries, some people became a lot less interested in me. And it made me feel really bad for a while. I made all this progress. I was kind of a star pupil. And then got made to feel bad about some things. A lot of that was self-inflicted. So I had to work on myself first. And then that's why I became a trainer, because I really wanted to be able to help everybody feel good about what they could do and help everybody do the best thing they could. So that's just a little bit about me for those who don't know me. We got about 10 seconds, guys. After this, we got that wall sit. Let's go ahead and be thinking about where you're going. Good. All right, let's grab that wall. Ooh, here's where I'm jealous of my friends with music. So again, my wall sit's gonna be a little higher this time. So again, use this opportunity, catch your breath a little if you can. This is still pretty intense work, so just kind of focus. Either get lost in that music that you're listening to. Take a minute just to calm your breath, calm your nerves. If you're like me, I kind of always have this little internal beat going in my head. If you get super bored and need a distraction, you can start like raising a toe, or raising a heel. That will make it easier, mind you, but it might be distracting. Almost there, we got 10 seconds. After this, we got our break. We're getting set up in that band. All right, awesome work, guys. We got a minute. Go ahead and grab that band. Water, 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 so fabulous. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start getting set up in my band, so I'm gonna try to get that flat profile, because that really does make all the difference in the world. This band is just so darn new. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, this is kind of what you're looking for. This nice flat profile digs a whole lot less once it starts rolling. Woof. Especially, again, if they're super new like this. So we got those monster walks. So again, this is your time. You can explore your space if you got it. I'm gonna hang out right in here. All right, so we take it to our lowest low. We hold there, we're not coming up again. We're staying low, we're stepping out and in. So you don't want to step all the way in. You want to leave a little bit of space to keep some tension on that band. If you are able to, on the regular, step this wide with your band, then your band is too loose. You need a harder band. Move on up. Usually band sets go in the order of stoplights, so think green or blues, usually are easy, yellows are medium, reds are hard, blacks are really hard. Most people don't start with the green unless you are really, really beginner or have an injury. No harm if you are in the green. Just saying, if you picked out the green and you're like, I don't feel a thing, you need to move up, sister. Almost there. We're going down to those mule kicks. Remember, do the opposite leg. All right, going down to hands and knees. I'm gonna pause for a sec, try to flatten this band back out. All right, here we go. So we got those donkey kicks, mule kicks, foot flex. straight up towards the ceiling. You want to try to keep those hips square too. You don't want to lean all your weight over to one side or over to one hand. Try to think weight equally distributed into each hand. And again, we're stamping our foot on the ceiling. I just remember the giant Calvin Klein logo on the side of these pants. I promise I'm not being paid by Calvin Klein to wear these pants, but you know, if they asked me to, I would. So, hey Calvin, I'll take your money. Good job, guys. Almost there. We have just about 10 seconds. We're going into those fire hydrants next. Woo, all right, give it a little wiggle if you need to. Reset that foundation. Make sure neck's long, shoulders down, back's flat. We're opening up to the side. And guys, I feel bad I didn't mention it sooner. For this hands and knees, if you need to modify, you would just stand up facing the wall, put your hands on the wall, and do these exact same motions with your leg. So you would stand on one leg, you would open to the side with your knee, or if you were doing the mules, you would kick back like this. Everything looks the same. Just imagine me standing versus kneeling. I apologize for not demonstrating that sooner. Also getting some core work here too. Having to support yourself like this. I'm officially dripping sweat. Whew. Almost there. We got clamshells coming up next in 3, 2, and 1. So we're gonna turn around to our side. Stack those feet, stack those legs. Feet in line with our booty. Strong up through this shoulder. And we open up. Good. You can also lay out flat if that causes you any discomfort being up on your shoulder or up on your elbow. Just again, make sure you're staying strong, not collapsing down here. Should start to get a little fire right where that booty and that leg come together. Keeping those feet together. Again, this should be easy. If you're able to just hinge your legs really far open and you need to change your band out, this should be challenging. It shouldn't feel like a walk in the park. We'll have our break after this, and then we're going to those deadlifts. So the break's going to get a little shorter, so just remember you want your heavy set of hand weights here if you have it, for our next set of work. Nice work, guys. We got about 45 seconds, so go ahead and kick this off. Woo, realize how dusty your workout mat has gotten. Wipe your knees off. Band's done, so I'm going to set my band out of the way over here. Not sure if I'm not able to see comments, or if there's no comments yet, but I do see I have some friends watching, so hey! I will check comments afterwards. I really would love to hear what you guys are working out to though, so please send me your music, I want to know. All right, so we got that deadlift, preferably with 2 heavy hand weights. I did not get to have that set up. So I'm just going to hold one heavy-ish between 2 hands. Remember, we want feet underneath our hips. Little bit of bend in those knees, booty sets back, iron our pants down. Squeeze that booty to stand up. So the key part is to set that booty back. Probably hear me say set that booty back more than anything else I say. Because if you don't set your booty back and you're just dangling your weight out, that lower back, ooh, it's not going to like you. It may be okay today. It may be okay if you do it 10 times that way. But eventually, you're gonna go, I don't know, my lower back just hurts when I do deadlifts. 9 times out of 10, that's why. I struggled with it for a while because I felt like if I sat my booty back, I was just squatting. But it's really different. All right, beautiful guys. So we got those calf raises. So remember, if you have a step, go to the step, put the balls of your feet on the step, drop your heels down, pick them back up. If you don't have a step, then just use the floor, have a wall for some support, and squeeze. We got about a minute left, so I'm going to challenge myself to do half on one foot and half on the other. So remember, it's all about that squeeze at the top. You want to go to your highest tippy toes all the way up. In 3, 2, 1. If you're doing single, I want you to go ahead and switch to the other foot. If you're not, if you're doing double, just keep rocking that double. You can also hold hand weights here if you feel comfortable doing so. Just make sure that if you're somebody who's a little balance impaired, either don't have hand weights or leave at least one hand free for support and balance. Y'all, I'm checking out this wall again. It is so good. I love it. All right, we got that bridge lift, so we're coming down to the floor on our back, shoulders rolled under, feet hip width apart, close to your booty as you feel comfortable. And we're going to drive through those heels and lower. So we're squeezing the outside of that booty, driving through those heels. Again, make sure your weight's not up towards your toes. Push it up. Yeah, so if you haven't heard this wall, I posted kind of a collage or a slideshow of it. It's really so out of our wheelhouse and comfort zone to do something like this. Neither one of us really trust our skills. So we were so excited to see a picture and then actually make it happen. We're super proud of ourselves. Hope you guys enjoyed it too. If you see me posting about it, I keep talking about gorgeous ladies of wrestling. Nice, guys. That's our break. We have that cardio blast coming up in about 25 seconds. Got that half burpee and that squat jump. So gorgeous ladies of wrestling, there is that newish Netflix show, but that's not what I'm talking about. Sort of am, but not exactly. Wrestling, like 80s wrestling, gorgeous ladies of wrestling, I just thought was the coolest thing when I was a kid. And so when somebody said that my logo reminded them of gorgeous ladies of wrestling, I was just so excited. So we wanted this wall to kind of be inspired by that. All right, half burpees, guys. So we're going down, we jump back, we jump up wide, we lift. Back. So you can take this as fast as you want. Again, full version is to have your hands come up with your feet. That's just a little bit too much impact for me today. You want to land light in those feet when you come up. And lighten the feet when you jump back too. Imagine I'm landing on a pane glass. All right, we got squat jumps. Whew. All right. So if you're going to jump, you squat down, jump up, and land in that squat. If you're not jumping, You can just heel raise. I say just, like, oh, just lift your heels while you're squatting. Raise your arms. No big deal. Still a big deal. So guys, I'm going to talk about this now. Between huff and puffs, this is a lot of cardio. Our next and last set of work is on the floor. If you get done here and your heart rate is still through the roof after the break, don't come down to the floor, okay? Wait till that heart rate comes down, or just modify and do your Superman lifts on the wall. We don't want our heart rate sky high and then drop down to the floor. It's not safe. Get 30 seconds. So what I mean by modifying to the wall is you come here and lift. Okay? So if you don't like to get on the floor at all, that's your modification. Or if your heart rate is sky high, do that modification until it's calm enough to get on the floor. If you're ready, down to the floor. So again, I'll walk you through it. Lower body, we squeeze booty to lift our legs. Your booty might be all squeezed out. Upper body, we're squeezing through that lower back, mid back, shoulders. We put them together. Be a Superman lift. This is our last exercise, guys. Good. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. If you're getting tired, feel like something's failing, just do legs, just do upper body, or alternate them. Woo! Saved by the bell, guys. Fabulous job, everybody. That was a pretty intense one. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for joining me tonight. Again, I'm sorry things started a little hectic, but you know what, so's life. I know I keep saying this, but my mantra right now is just doing the best we can. So did the best I could. I'm still proud of the workout that we did today. I'm proud of you for coming, joining me, trying to catch your breath still probably like I am. I hope to do my next Facebook Live workout on Saturday, early afternoon. If I can, I'll shoot to do one Thursday, but I can't promise. I am blessed to still be working another job. So, and it's really busy and hectic right now. I'm in HR. So, I'm trying not to make promises I can't keep. So, Saturday, I definitely plan to be here for you guys. Thursday night, if I can. Let me know if you have any suggestions, what you'd like to see, body part you'd like to work on. If you've had a class with me in the past, if you really like something, let me know. Otherwise, please, please, please share. Get this workout in front of your friends. Encourage them, challenge them to beat your time, to beat your weights, whatever it is, or just challenge them to work out with you. We don't have to compete. Just challenge them to get moving with you. And if you want to Venmo, Strong Style Fit, optional completely. I'm just here for you guys, here for getting my own great workout and wanted to offer it to you as well. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you all Saturday, if not sooner. All right, have a great night, guys. Mwah!